Hello and welcome to Unlocking Your Money Secrets using your natal astrology chart. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how you can utilize your natal astrology chart to figure out where your soul best attracts abundance and where you can earn an income in alignment with your soul's natural energy. And let's dive in here. Okay, so your natal astrology chart is a quote unquote money map, but it's a lot more than that. It actually gives us a lot of clues into a plethora of areas of our life. Money is just something I personally love speaking about, thinking about, talking about. And interestingly, I can see that in my natal astrology chart. So this is part of my purpose and a part of my gift is to share these tools with you. And if you can take a moment, some people may be listening to audio only if you're on the podcast, and if you're a visual person and you want to take notes and you want to sort of apply this information in real time, maybe pause this and head over to my website and sign up for the workshop so you can see the slides and also, use the tools I am about to suggest. And so if you can pull up your birth chart, some people use many different apps or websites or softwares. The one I personally prefer is astro-seek.com, and they have a free birth chart calculator. That's just the one I use and it works for me. And so here we are on the first slide. So welcome here. Thank you for being here. And we're going to talk about 4 key houses today. And the houses are, if you can see on the slides here, these little numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Those, everyone has 12 houses and they are, what is the word I'm looking for? But they essentially they hold certain areas of your life. And based on the sign and the planets that are there and all the angles that those make to each other, it really shape and can give us clues and show us as to how those areas of our life are going to manifest. Okay, so the houses we're going to be speaking about today are the 2nd, 6th, 8th, and 10th. This slide has a typo. It says 11th instead of the 6th. But I'm going to be speaking to you about the 2nd, 6th, 8th, and 10th when it comes to money and when it comes to wealth building and career and purpose. And I think a lot of people are, what's my purpose? And many of us are seeking to build more wealth and we want to live in alignment with our soul's natural essence. And I know that many of you are on here and you're also intuitive and sensitive souls, and burnout is real. If you're working too hard to make an income that, number one, supports you, but also gives you the lifestyle that you desire. Maybe you're working too hard and you haven't quite figured out how to best use your energy in order to attract the most wealth for maybe the least amount of effort. And I like to work, so it's not that work is a bad thing or that work can't be enjoyable, but you can tell if you are offering more energy than you're receiving, or when you show up to work or you show up to do whatever it is to create money, you're actually more tired than you are energized. Then that means that you are, quote unquote, out of alignment. You're not earning in flow. So let's find flow for you. Okay, so the first house we're going to be speaking about is the 2nd house. And if you are, you may have been familiar with the 2nd house before, in that the 2nd house is correlated to the sign of Taurus and ruled by Venus. Essentially, what the 2nd house means is money earned through your efforts, through your gifts or your talents, but it's you actually doing something in order to receive the money. So it can correlate to income. It can correlate to currency, like actual metals and gold and things like that, that, hold value. Money is neutral and essentially puts the value on it is what the collective has agreed. So that's a whole other conversation. The 2nd house also correlates to self-worth, and your self-worth is going to exactly match your income. Like your worth, if you believe you're worth X, then you're going to earn X, right? If you believe you're worth Y, you're going to get Y. So the self-worth and looking at your core beliefs about yourself is a really key aspect of, healing the money wound, some will say. And you can find, clues to this in the second house. And something I want to talk about here is what sign rules the second house. So, excuse me, you can find this out. And I encourage you to look at your chart. Yes, there are apps that'll tell you, just, maybe in a list format, but I encourage you to look at your chart so you have that understanding. And maybe I will just pop back over to this slide here, which is an example of a birth chart. And you can see the line that's in between 1 and 2. This is called the cusp, or the beginning of the second house. So the line between 1 and 2, or over here between 5 and 6. That first line, that sort of, because we go around the chart counterclockwise, that wherever that line hits, and the sign that's on the outer ring here, that's the sign that rules this house. So in this example I'm showing you here, that line is in the sign of Pisces. Pisces rules the second house. And this can get a little tricky, and it is tricky in this chart actually, because when we go over here between 5 and 6, you can see it's kind of in between Gemini and Cancer a little bit. We'd have to look at the actual numbers and the degrees on the website to see exactly where that line hits. So that one's a little bit cuspy. And then sometimes too, where are we? I think it's the 10th or somewhere else. Anyway, sometimes another sign actually takes up most of the house, but the house is actually ruled by, say, Pisces, but like a lot of Aries is there too. So there's nuance, there's layers. This is like kind of getting into advanced astrology, but I want you to look at the sign that rules that house. And in this case, in this example, it's Pisces. Okay, so if you have your chart open, look at where that line is and what sign is sort of on that outer ring. That's the sign that rules the second house. So I'm going to just pull up my notes here. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a cheat sheet in terms of what, say what Pisces means. Okay, so we're going to go through this. I'm going to go through this fairly quickly because we do have 4 other houses to speak about. But I want to give you something, and you will have a little bit of homework because there's also the planets to consider, but we're not going to get there yet. Okay, so your second house is money, value. It's also physical items, and it definitely relates to income when it comes to your efforts. So if Aries rules your first house, you may earn through leadership, action, and making bold moves. Okay, so the second house is sort of taking on that Aries energy. If Taurus rules your second house, you earn through stability, taking things step by step, perhaps working with beautifying things and really creating tangible results. You may actually work with your hands as well. There's much more to this. I'm just giving you sort of the Coles notes of it. But I want to make sure you have a bit of a grasp on this. So if Gemini rules your second house, you may earn through speaking, teaching, writing, or having multiple things on the go. If Cancer rules your second house, you may earn through, number one, you may earn through offering care. Like this could look like nursing, or even like having a daycare, or offering emotional support, just really nurturing roles. If you have Leo occupying that second house, you may earn through creativity. It could be arts, like really and it could be things related to playfulness and children, and also being seen and owning your confidence. Like the more confident you are, the more money you would make. If Virgo rules your second house, you may earn through offering services to others. It could be something in like healthcare or healing, or it could be something where you're really using your analytical and logical mind, problem solving. If Libra rules your second house, you may earn through having partnerships, like a business partner, or it could be aesthetics. It could be things like branding, marketing, interior design. These are just examples. Remember, there's many, many ways we can go through this. If Scorpio rules your second house, you may earn through supporting someone through transformation, or really having a powerful and intimate exchange with others. If Sagittarius rules your second house, you may earn by teaching or traveling or writing. It's kind of similar to Gemini, but it's bigger. Like it could be maybe you're creating courses or you're doing retreats or something like that. If Capricorn rules your second house, you may be a leader, a teacher, or you earn by building something long term. It's really like a long term gain. Aquarius rules your second house. You earn by doing things differently and involving community. It could be working in the digital space as well. And if Pisces rules your second house, you earn by this could be a very spiritual, intuitive, passionate, creative, artistic role that you have. And that's all the 12 signs. Okay, great. I hope you get a bit of a grasp there. Let's go to the sixth house and what this has to do with your income and your flow and your abundance. Okay, so the sixth house rules daily work, habits, service. It really has to do with like your everyday routines, your day-to-day life, and having a rhythm that suits you. So when you are in flow and your energy is in flow, you may fill up your cup and then you're called to offer a service, and it actually will boost your income and vitality and your energy. So it really has to do with routines and your environment, your work environment. And just yeah, I was going to give an example, but let me give you those that list again. Okay, so look at the sixth house, look where that line is, and if Aries rules your sixth house, you need autonomy, and you need to just be able to do your thing, and really create your own momentum. If Taurus rules your sixth house, you may find that you have more energy and more income flowing in when you have a steady routine and you're physically comfortable. Gemini ruling the sixth house, you need variety and mental stimulation, keep you engaged and excited. And you may be working with people as well. So that mental stimulation, that conversation needs to happen in the sixth house ruled by Gemini. Cancer, you need to feel cozy and you need to feel good. You need to feel emotionally safe, and this will support your productivity. If Leo rules your sixth house, you work best when you feel seen and valued. You need that, you need that validation, I suppose is the word that you're here to shine. If Virgo rules your sixth house, you shine best when you're organized and you have purposeful work. Libra ruling the sixth house, you need balance and you need collaboration. Scorpio, you need to be able to focus and work deeply and go all in on whatever it is that you're working on. Sagittarius ruling your sixth house, you need freedom and flexibility. Capricorn, you need discipline and responsibility. Aquarius ruling the sixth house, it needs to be unique and different than the rest of us, and you need to feel like you're doing your own thing, you're paving your own path. Pisces, you need flow in your daily rhythm, and I was going to speak to this. I have Pisces ruling my second house and my sixth house. Oh my God. I have been burnt out because I've shown up more and more and more than I needed to. And when I finally shifted into like, okay, I actually just need to be able to do my own thing in a day, I have so much more energy. It's not even funny. It's amazing. So this really has to do with your daily flow. Let's move on to the eighth house. Okay, so the eighth house is wealth. So if the second house is income, the eighth house is like true wealth. It can correlate to passive income, it's investments. The eighth house also rules transformation, like your deep psychology. And one way you can look at it is it's not technically related to your nervous system. I would maybe pick that out from different areas of your chart. However, the psyche, right? The psyche is like how we see and perceive and believe. And certainly that is related to our nervous system. Like our nervous system is how our body's going to feel. All this to say is, yes, we can like sort of heal sort of past subconscious like beliefs and the way we process information and the way we see the world. But you can certainly speak to like the eighth house. This is going deep, deep into how money and wealth feels for you. Okay, so the eighth house rules transformation. It could be a really good area to consider. I don't want to say healing because you're broken because you're not, but just like understanding yourself on a deep level. Like it feels like we don't always see how we've become who we are until like later in life, right? I think I'm going on a bit of a tangent here, but let's go back to the money talk. So this is where we really need to learn to receive because it's money that's not technically coming from our own efforts. And I think why I'm so passionate about this is because this is an area that I've learned to receive. And I think I, for so long, believed that I had to do all the work. I had to do all the things in order to get the income. Like it wasn't quote unquote fair for me to receive, say, joining finances with my partner. That took me a long time to do because it was like that was his money. That wasn't my money. And like the our money thing was really hard for me to accept. But when we look deeper into that, very psyche, very eighth house energy, when we look deep into that and uncover why we can't just receive abundance and receive and build wealth, not on our own efforts, and we kind of unlock some clues and keys there. Okay, so let's look at the eighth house. If Aries rules your eighth house, you may build wealth through bold investments, like really just like, you might be putting your money all in on something that other people may perceive as bold or yeah, maybe something wouldn't do, but the Aries energy is like, I'm going to do it my way. Taurus in the eighth house, learning to receive through long-term investing, building that security, building that trust, like really taking those step by step by step. It's not quick money. It's really like building, building, building. Gemini, receive through shared ideas and communication. That's an interesting one. So maybe having the right conversations or learning the right tools. Like you could nerd out on wealth and investments and stocks and all that sort of thing. Cancer, this could mean that wealth has come through family or a trusted, secure emotional bond or person. Or Cancer could be, real estate, right? That rules like a home. Leo, receive through visibility and creative leadership. That's something to play with. Sometimes I like, Pisces, I correlate to art, but Leo, in some ways, I feel it rules creativity and playfulness. So it could even be through art as well. Virgo, receiving through service-based exchange. So, what I think about Virgo in eighth house is like an evergreen online course or something, or like something that you've teached or you've taught knowledge and or you've taught someone how to do something and then you sell that course. That's sort of something I think about. Libra, receiving through partnerships and collaboration, 100%. Scorpio, receiving through transformation. So yeah, that's an interesting one. Scorpio actually it correlates to the eighth house and it can be all things hidden. So it could also mean like a quiet or sort of behind the scenes plan that you have that you don't necessarily like tell anyone about. Or through, after your own big transformation, you've unlocked like a new version of yourself, and new wealth, and that sort of thing. Like Scorpio is an interesting one. Sagittarius, receiving through expansion and belief. If Sagittarius is ruling your eighth house, that could be maybe you earn from foreign investments because Sagittarius can rule travel. So it could be like investing in like another country's dollar or something like that. Or, or collaborations with people on the other side of the world or offering services to people sort of beyond your local network. So it's really about like expanding your network. Capricorn, receiving through strategy and structure. This is really like building something long term. Could be like literally building something. Aquarius, receiving through networks, tech, and community 100%. Aquarius, yeah, this is like you could earn, say, through like investing in a new startup or something, or definitely something in the online space. It could just be unique and different, something no one's ever heard of. Pisces, receiving through spiritual gifts and surrender. So Pisces definitely rules surrender. Um, a Pisces eighth house. I mean, I would say when it comes to making a smart investment, like you really need to trust your intuition when building your wealth. Like I don't even think I could tell you what that looks like. Like it has to come from you. So moving on to the 10th house. Are we understanding this? Do we get it? Please reach out to me on Instagram or by email if you have questions. Okay, last one. 10th house. This is your career, it's your legacy, it's what you're known for, it's what you're recognized for. Yeah, so career, purpose. And career, I think, is becoming more and more like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I really think we are moving out of that sort of Capricorn paradigm of, everyone's on a 9 to 5 and building their career and da da. No, 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 no. We're all sort of stepping into a new version of ourselves. And this has a new version of what like society structure is. And this has a lot to do with Pluto moving into Aquarius and sort of the quote unquote Aquarian age. So career for you, it can be totally not linear and, totally different. Like I think even the conversation we're having today is going to be looking a lot different 10 years from now. Major changes coming in astrology. Pluto just moved into Aquarius. Saturn and Neptune are moving into Aries. Uranus just moved into Gemini. A lot of the outer planets, and even Kuiper Belt objects, dwarf planets are moving signs. So when these outer planets move signs, it shifts the era. It shifts the general tone of the collective. Like the personal planets are always moving and changing sign, but these outer planets really affect the collective in a big, big way. So all these major shifts over the next 2 years. Oh my. Yeah, so then even 2 years from now is going to look a lot different. But let's talk about the 10th house, okay? Public reputation, your soul's work into the world. It's what people know you for. So you can think about this. What do people often come to you for? Does it correlate to your second or your 10th house? Okay. And is your job right now or how you earn income matching these houses that I've spoken about thus far? Okay, let's talk about what the signs are in the 10th house. So if Aries is ruling your 10th house, you are definitely a leader and an initiate. And yeah, people see you blazing your own trail and they're like, wow, I want to be like that. Taurus ruling your 10th house, you build something that is lasting and people can depend on it. Gemini, you must be teaching and speaking and sharing your ideas publicly. People want to know what's in your mind. If Cancer rules your 10th house, you are a nurturer and a protector, and people feel grounded in your energy and held. Leo ruling the 10th house, you must be expressing yourself and not be afraid to be bold, and you must be shining bright. And I actually know some people, if you're like, okay, this rules, if I've mentioned a sign and you're like, this rules that house, but I don't have da 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 da. Okay, but how do you feel then? Do you feel good? Do you feel like something's off? If you signed up for this workshop, maybe something is off, right? And you're looking to learn more. So, I know people who, for example, have a Leo 10th house. I haven't really seen them fully step into it. And I know it's there and I can see their potential, but there are other indicators in their chart where it's like, oh, I can see how that's challenging for you. And that's why, um, maybe having your chart read or understanding your chart, like there's always more to the story. But if you do feel like, I know I'm meant for more, I know I'm called for more, well, then we can look at what's holding us back and address it. Or like Abraham Hicks says, if you follow Abraham Hicks, just drop it. I don't know if they've said those words specifically, but I that's the message I get from them. They're like, you can argue for your limitations, or you can just ignore them. I digress again. Okay, Virgo ruling the 10th house. You are someone who people feel like they can come to for help. Like whatever service it is that you offer, people know that they can trust you and that you have the answers for them. You are a problem solver. Scorpio ruling the 10th house. You influence with your energy for sure, and you bring people through a transformation, or you're able to transform whatever it is you're working on and make it better. Sagittarius ruling the 10th house. You're someone who people are inspired by. You have truth and wisdom, like capital T truth and wisdom to share in whatever area you put yourself in. Capricorn is a steady rise to authority and leadership. Aquarius is about creating change and leading people through sort of a new direction. And Pisces, ruling the 10th house, is someone who brings compassion and creativity and just soul and intuition into the world. Okay, so that is the main houses. Second, sixth, eighth, and 10th have a lot to do with how you earn an income, how you attract abundance, what your purpose is. And astrology really helps us to decode how our soul naturally wants to receive and also serve and express. So here's a little recap here. These four houses. The second is what you offer. The sixth is how you work. The eighth is how you receive support. And the 10th is your long-term path. Okay. I'm just sort of going through these slides here. I had little notes. And here you can see a bit of a cheat sheet. I'm going to offer one similar to this with all the planets. So we also want to consider the planets in each of these signs, in each of these houses. That adds a whole other layer. Okay, it might add emphasis, it might add challenge, it might add ease, and especially taking it one step further, how all those planets and angles are interacting with each other. But we're not going to go that far. But what you will get at the end of this workshop is a cheat sheet that goes through everything I listed of what the houses and signs, sort of house plus sign, what that equals. I look at this as math. And then you're also going to get the planets in each of the houses and how that also adds to the expression of that house. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. And if you want to continue our work further, I am available for one-to-one personal astrology readings. I call them soul sessions. I also offer business astrology sessions. So you can apply all this to your business's chart. And yes, your business has a chart. So if you want to take this and go through the whole workshop again and consider your business's chart, you can even get more information. So your business's chart will still have a birth date, time, and location. So you can base that off of, when you first registered your business with your government, or when you first created your first product or built your website, or whatever you consider the birth of your business, that would be the chart. And it will all apply the same. How I just explained everything. It would be the same thing, but it would be, what is the energy of your business and how does that want to express and earn an income? So you and your business, yes, it might have different energy. And if you are the driver of your business, that's okay. You guys can work together, you and your business. And I am also offering a bonus web class for people looking to create soul enriching passive income. And as I mentioned, this is something I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about us making money. I'm passionate about us living in abundance, and I'm passionate about us being able to earn and flow. And that's why I also offer alternative ways to earn and flow and create passive income, because I believe that let's activate that eighth house energy, right? And if you ever are interested in having like a free mini session, I will go on Instagram from time to time and just sort of plug in and do mini readings. So follow me on Instagram as well so that we can always connect that way. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your time. I hope this was supportive for you. And I hope that you have some takeaways and you can apply it into your life so that you can essentially earn more and work less. Does that make sense? Don't we all want that? I know I do. Okay, thanks for being here. We'll see you next time.